Good evening, my friends. My name is Dr. Priya Ranjan Trivedi, and I'm the founder chairperson of the Indian Institute of Ecology and Environment, the only institute of its type in the Indian subcontinent, established 41 years ago on 5th June 1980 on the occasion of the World Environment Day. Friends, today is our 41st annual day. So with great honor, we have pleasure in observing and celebrating this day through a discussion, as full-time meetings are not possible. So this is a message to the entire world about the contribution we have made in the area of environmental protection in general and depolluting technologies, transfer, environmental education, pollution monitoring and control, natural resources conservation, wildlife management, environmental impact assessment, besides controlling pollution in sugar, leather, petrochemicals, pharmaceutical, steel, mining, thermal power plants, paper, leather, sugar, and other related industries. Besides that, during the last 41 years, we have organized bachelor's, master's, and doctoral programs in the areas of ecology and environment, disaster management, sustainable development, peace studies, conflict resolution, intellectual property rights, bioinformatics, geoinformatics, biotechnology, nanotechnology, etc., etc. When we had established the institution in the year 1980, that was in light of the fact that before that we were running the Indian Institute of Business Management, Patna, where my friend Dr. U.K. Singh was closely associated with me, and we both established that institution in 1979. But after 1 year only, we could make out that by having this institution, we were able to provide manpower to the public and private sector industries for building productivity in their organizations. But we thought they are not going to depollute the environment anyway, because their main milestone would have been to reach more profit. In that case, we thought it is a better idea to establish another institution by the name and style of the Indian Institute of Ecology and Environment, where we thought the pollution we have envisaged coming to our country in particular and the rest of the world in general after 20 years will be out of control unless we start producing intellectuals, thinkers, depolluters, environmental educators, as also volunteers, those who will do advocacy for protecting our environment. So friends, that gathered momentum the moment we started, and now it has given fruits. During the last 41 years, we have produced more than 100,000, that is 1 lakh young boys and girls who have done their bachelor's, master's, or doctoral programs in the environment and other related fields like disaster management and sustainable development. Friends, it's a great day as well as an auspicious occasion. Our headquarters are in Delhi. The campus at Paryavaran Complex south of Saket in the neighborhood of the Indira Gandhi National Open University is the green campus where we have all the infrastructure. You will be surprised to know that once we started our institution, that time there was no IGNOU. We invited the authorities of the Indira Gandhi National Open University, which was then situated in Hauj Khas, to come to Maidan Garhi, 1 kilometer southern side of our campus, where Gram Sabha land was available, and it was taken over, donated to the university, where they have developed a very good campus. So that way we named the campus as Paryavaran Complex. Initially it was Shadulaja village. I thought very difficult to pronounce Shadulaja village. So we thought we'll call this area as Paryavaran Complex. Now it has become a colony. There are 15,000 voters, and the number of those living in the colony, in the complex, is about 25,000. So that way the colony has developed into a green campus where all those persons who are living They believe in environmentalism, environmental protection, herbalism, and all sort of habits which are eco-friendly. Our main goal has been to create environment-friendly and sustainable jobs, besides asking the government, advocating before the government, suggesting to the government for creation of sustainable jobs through a job policy announced by the government of India, where the job policy could be sustained by our Mother Earth. That way, besides doing all this, we have been actively engaged in producing more number of job givers than job seekers. We advocated two jargons in 1980. One was be a job giver, not a job seeker, and the other was catch them young. The idea of catch them young was to ensure that somehow the children must be engaged and involved in environmental protection, because we have a belief that somehow if the children educate their fathers, mothers, teachers, educators, and the entire neighborhood, their own colleagues, it will be easier to make them understand. Because if a person who is 40 years of age and a person who is 45 years, if he or she starts teaching the one who is 40 years, nobody will understand anything. They will ignore. If of my age somebody educates me, I won't bother what he is saying. But if a child comes to me and says, okay, grandpa, this is wrong. You can't do this. Anything, whatever I am doing wrong, if I am boozing, if I am drinking, if I am smoking, any bad habit, it is just like a slur on my part, and that I will feel as if the child has slapped on both my cheeks. I will be scared. I will never do that again. Accordingly, the pollution has caused so many problems, including COVID-19. Whenever there is a pandemic, it is all because of pollution, because of the fact that we disturb the nature, and the natural ecosystem, takes revenge from us. So we have not to do it. And why we should not do this? Because if you know the history of pandemic, 100 years ago, when there was a Spanish flu, it was also because of the pollution, when 2-3 European countries started fighting among themselves, and then there was a war during that period. You know what happened? Only Spain was a neutral country, and they could invent that the reason of the fact why people are dying after those soldiers who were killed, their bodies were left for months together, and their bodies, produced many viruses, which led to killing of more than, say, about 50 million people all over the world. In our country itself, when the soldiers who were sent on behalf of the British Empire to those countries for fighting on behalf of Britain, what happened? Those soldiers came back with that disease, it spread all over India, and 10 million people, that 1 crore persons, died that time. This time also, this corona is because of the environmental degradation. Whenever it happens, because forests are shrinking, we are not caring for our rivers, we are not caring for our mountains, we are not caring for our wildlife animals. That way, the growing pollution in the cities, the man-built environment has created all these problems. So we have to be careful about all this. And unless we introduce environmental education everywhere, it is very unlikely that all those world citizenry will be able to understand the urgent need for doing this. For this, we have stressed on the need of not only teaching environment, but ecological mind, ecological education. I call eco. So eco-philosophy, eco-dharma, eco-ethics, eco-metaphysics, eco-culture, eco-wisdom, eco-development, say eco-politics, eco-technology, and for that matter, eco-theology, and above all, eco-feminism, the role of women in the area of environmental protection. So friends, That way, it is quite possible to really achieve the milestone of depolluting our environment. And how shall that be possible is a matter to be known this way, that if we think of environmental protection in isolation, nobody is going to hear or give their time unless we mix it with the practical issues and problems faced by the world in general and the young boys and girls in particular. In that case, what is the final solution? The solution lies in, involving them by way of helping them in getting environment friendly and sustainable jobs. If we do not provide them environment friendly and sustainable jobs, it is very unlikely that they will take interest. For that matter, we have to go deep into the matter and to find out solutions for creating only such jobs like plantations, nursery development, production of pollution control equipment, production of alternate energy resource equipment, biofertilizers, also converting garbage into gold, garbage management, all those new areas are there. So friends, we have to adopt those habits also. But during the COVID period, we must know, we have to know as to how to really provide jobs to the young boys and girls who have lost their jobs, and those who have not lost have not got their jobs. So there is a double issue. One is every year some 2 to 3 crore, that is 20-30 million people were getting jobs. Those jobs not given. So for the last 1 year, that 2 to 3 crore loss is there, and about 7 to 8 crore people have lost their jobs. So total number of persons who seek jobs will be about 10 crore and unemployed persons will be another 10. So there are 20 crore persons, 200 million persons in our country who are to seek jobs because of COVID or without COVID. So during this period, we have to see that we have to take the advantage of this situation. It is a distress, it is a disaster, but we have to see how can we convert this into an opportunity. It is quite possible. Why not? It is possible if we think of involving all countries of the world, in uniting them in the light of the fact that more than 195 countries of the world are hating China because they have a feeling that COVID virus has been created by them. If it is true, it is a biological war. Bioterrorism is the worst thing of our time, and that way, if we do not stop, the world will be fully doomed. In that case, it is high time that India has the manpower and the technology and the finances to start all those industries in China, and whatever has not been produced by anybody in the world can also be produced in the light of the fact that CSIR of Government of India and our institution and many other research bodies have developed more than 2,000 technologies which are eco-friendly, and if those items are produced and marketed all over the world, India will be one of the richest countries of the world, and there is no need to have any worries or miseries. So there are ways and means as to how to control pollution, how to involve young boys and girls, how to solve the problem of unemployment. Now we have to also see that unemployment and pollution are two major issues. What is the solution? Solution lies in mixing unemployment with pollution. Have a marriage of unemployment with pollution. Have a friendship of unemployment with pollution. If there is a marriage, if there is a living relationship, there may be kids. So the first child born will have a name by the name and style of eco-friendly job. We have to ensure that we produce only environment-friendly jobs, no other type of job. That way, it will be quite possible to really have clean and green industries. If we have the existing industries, we must ensure that a cleaning up technology is introduced. In case of new industries, we only clean technology and cleaner technology. existing industries will have to undergo the process of cleaning up technology. So whatever industries are left are having no pollution. That way it is quite possible. Coming back to the main topic of today, that is, ecosystem restoration. It is announced by the United Nations. Every year UN gives a theme for the World Environment Day. The first World Environment Day was organized on the occasion of the first World Conference on Human Environment convened by the United Nations in 1972, where it was held in Stockholm, which is the capital of Sweden, where more than 125 countries heads had been representing that World Conference, where the then Prime Minister of India had also gone there as the head of the state, and who gave a very good lecture which was published and praised everywhere, where she said pollution is one of the the poverty is the worst form of pollution. Poverty also creates poverty. Poverty itself is a pollution. Nobody should be poor. That way, poverty eradication program came, and then in 1980, when there was no Ministry of Environment, we asked Madam Gandhi to inaugurate our institution in the absence of a Ministry of Environment. And after inauguration, in the concluding remarks, I said that, Madam, you must create a Ministry of Environment, which you had committed, because I was also a participant as a student delegate in Stockholm on 5th June 1972. There she had declared that her country will also have a Ministry of Environment, because there was a resolution that all the participating countries must have a Ministry of Environment. That is how ministry was created after our institution was born, based on the decision taken by the Planning Commission as asked by Madam Gandhi, and the Planning Commission deputy chairman that time was a person by the name of Narendra Tiwari, who is not known as the deputy chairperson of Planning Commission, who is more known as UP Chief Minister, Uttarakhand Chief Minister, and the Governor of Andhra Pradesh before he left his job, and finally he is no more. So friends, there is a big history of ecology and environment movement in India. We have been fighting for the ecological freedom, environmental citizenship, and environmental protection, environmental education, and environmental advocacy, as also all those other aspects of environment having social, cultural, technical, economic, health related, and positive contents for the optimum development of our Indian society and the global sustainable society. Friends, let us hope that each one of us on this Mother Earth start dedicating their life towards protection of environment with full of zeal and enthusiasm. I am there with you, and the result will be that the world citizenry will be able to gain knowledge to the fullest extent of their abilities. With these words, I welcome you on the auspicious occasion of the 41st Annual Day celebrations of the Indian Institute of Ecology and Environment, headquartered New Delhi, established on the occasion of the World Environment Day on 5th June 1980, and it is our duty to help all the 1200 plus universities, and I am going to write to all the universities where we have decided to gift our curriculum, the tailor-made curriculum which we are organizing with collaboration with more than 50 universities of our country from time to time. But let this reach all the universities. It will be a pleasure to also donate the entire study material running into about 20,000 pages, which can be given to the students in installments through e-mode, because there is no expenses involved, no need of printing. We will give e-books to them, which can be copied and emailed to them, so that even at home during COVID period, they can study different aspects of ecology and environment and disaster management, sustainable development, as also bioinformatics and geoinformatics and pollution control and depolluting technologies, so that there is a competent cadre developed to take care of all the environmental issues in India in particular and the world in general. With these words, I invite you to join hands with the Indian Institute of Ecology and Environment, and not only on behalf of the Indian Institute of Ecology and Environment, also on behalf of the Confederation of Indian Universities, where I am the president now, and on behalf of the Indira Gandhi Technological and Medical Sciences University, Arunachal Pradesh, headquartered at Zero, and the Global Open University Nagaland, headquartered at Dimapur, where